General Hospital's father teases that Cyrus Renal has recently begun taking dangerous action, which will likely cause quite serious consequences. That is, of course, very possible because there have been a new development on a radio shows revealing this. Many people in town now see Cyrus as a missionary, which is quite convenient, and Cyrus has at least a few followers for himself. In fact, Cyrus wanted to use the tool of evangelism to attract believers to follow him. In addition to changing the view of Cyrus of everyone in the town, currently people have gradually trusted Cyrus more, which also means that Cyrus' followers are increasing. Once the number of followers increased and reached a certain number, Cyrus could use them to make his risky move. Meanwhile, many fans still can't help but wonder if this drug lore has really changed like what he said. Is it more likely that Cyrus is pretending to be a good person? Cyrus said that he believed in God and would never betray God. But this is what Cyrus brought, brought propagate. But in fact, Cyrus always harbors dark plans. Once given the opportunity, Cyrus would definitely act. Up to now, although Cyrus still has doubt about whether Cyrus will really become a good person, at least Cyrus has achieved certain success. Because the more important thing is that Cyrus has now gained the trust of his sister Laura Collins. Before that, Laura had always shunned Cyrus because Cyrus was a bad guy who caused bad things in town. Of course, Cyrus unusually changed when he started to become a richer surprise. The hotel. No one would have thought that in such a short time Cyrus would change so quickly. Even neurologist Calvin Collins didn't believe Cyrus' recent changes. Calvin doesn't want his wife Laura to trust Cyrus because Calvin already knows that Cyrus is carrying out some dangerous plot behind everyone's back. Calvin seems to be a person who is still very alert as he's not easily swayed by what Cyrus does in front of him, but believes that Cyrus has changed. The problem is that Calvin cannot point out Cyrus' dark intention or action. Because Cyrus operates so secretly, any clues are therefore very difficult to find. That's why Calvin temporarily couldn't find evidence of Cyrus' crime. However, Calvin will continue to prevent Laura from having much contact with Cyrus, but it seems that Cyrus soon knows Calvin's thought, and that is why Cyrus began to rekindle his intention to commit murder since Cyrus was freed until the present. Cyrus' target this time is none other than Kevin, because once Kevin dies, it will be easier for Cyrus to manipulate Laura. To kill Kevin, Cyrus contacted and hired an assassin to do it. Before doing this, Cyrus also thought of another case that is, Laura would be greatly hurt if Kevin is really murdered. Then Laura would definitely rely on Cyrus for comfort at this time. In terms of current relationship, Martin Gray and Cyrus both have a brotherly relationship with Laura. Martin had left town before, and now Cyrus was Laura's only remaining relative. So will Kevin finally be murdered with Cyrus' sinister plot? He sighed. Is Laura sophisticated enough to realize that Cyrus is behind her husband's death? If this is really happens,